We are live
Whoa.
with the Panzer Dragon.
Exciting.
Durgans. Panzer Durgans. So we got ourselves this original game and this remake. We're gonna play through them one level at a time. This is gonna take no time at all. I need to get audio to us in this room.
It'll take no time at all as Dan's yelling at the screen.
No, it's not Buddy Must Die. It's not a low percent run on Buddy Must Die. How's everyone doing? We get a lot of mileage out of that Devil May Cry 5 gif.
Yeah, it's a good one. No spaceman. No apes are escaping tonight.
Nope.
Well, I guess they're
Despite what this stream says.
They could be escaping. I mean, we're not stopping them. Getting the head start they need. Commandant's pretty excited about this Panzer Dragoon. If I enjoy this escape from the stop of games, it's nice not to be worried about stuff, so that's always good. Oh man, that seems very cool.
It is. I really want everyone to pay attention to it because the remaster does the same cutscene. So we might even just go check that out right after this because I feel like it's important to see this level of quality and be like, oh, that looks pretty decent considering the level CGI was at the time.
Right.
And then compare that to what they've done in the remaster.
Play the RPG. I don't think I've ever seen the RPG even.
Saga costs hundreds of dollars. That's why I don't own that one, and I own 1 and 2.
That makes sense.
Also, Radjunk cut me a really good deal on 1 and 2 here. I paid less than you would pay for them online because I bought it as a bundle. I was like, hey, I have a Saturn. I need games for the Saturn. And he's like, I happen to have the 2 games you wanted as a kid for your Saturn. I'm like, fuck you, man. What the fuck?
Inventor. Don't forget, Dan Bob, they already confirmed remaking Panzer Dragoon's Way.
Yes. Yes, they did. Which is why it needs to be clear and brutally honest from everyone's mouth right now whether or not this is an acceptable level, because if we are not communicating that, they will do this 3 times.
What's the third one?
Saga.
Oh, you think? I don't think they'll remake that.
That's that or Orta, which will be hilarious.
Yeah,
because
like they can't
good
get
luck
the quality
improving on Orta
you can't get
when
that
your
quality.
remaster 1 looks so much worse.
The Ratchet and Clank tweet made, or is making me crazy, says me.
Oh, sorry. I mean, what do you want? We got to use both capture cards for the for the games, so we can't use a face cam this episode. That's what's up, Pinocchio. No. Do not shoot. Die. We're in games most people do not even remember. I feel like there's a contingent of people who grew up with Panzer Dragoon and, you know. I mean, statistically speaking, most people don't remember a lot of games on a lot of systems, if you think about it. Hell, we did a whole fucking episode of Armchair Devs where every mascot made someone in the audience go, who?
Yeah. But I think that's a fair summation, though. Like, these are games that are exclusive on the Sega Saturn.
Yeah. Well, the Panzer Dragoon wasn't exclusive to the Saturn. That was an Xbox title, so... Panzer Dragoon Orta?
Okay, yeah, but these 2 games.
Well, this game is in Orta, so... You know,
I own Orta, I didn't even know that.
Right,
so clearly...
Well, right. But either way, like, that's...
Yeah,
like, this is one of the highest profile games on the Saturn, so at least it's iconic. Whereas I feel like Ristar would be a lot more like, it's on the popular system, but I feel like most people didn't play Ristar. But I don't know. I feel like he's doing great. Shaking that much is a good sign.
Yes. Yeah, Warloaf.
Laura.
The remake has the CG intro. It's real bad.
Oh, it has a completely new one.
He's shaking with emotion. That was like some really classic cloudy background on there.
Yes. Very iconic. And then we get a dragon yell. We have a special bits and donation sound effect this stream. It may or may not be that dragon yell with a GIF.
Always important.
It's an iconic dragon yell, because who the hell else would make your Foley for a dragon sound like car tires peeling out? It's like if Princess Rainicorn went ape shit.
Yes.
But yeah, no, when you consider this came out well in advance of Star Fox 64, this cutscene is pretty nice. I'm sure, equivalent to the modern day, we got an equally nice cutscene, right?
No.
What? That isn't... Hey, Bob,
Hey.
you know how nothing works?
Yeah.
And nothing will ever not work?
Yep.
I love it! I am gonna take a chainsaw to the internet. Guys, just getting the HDMI devices to not constantly fight each other for supremacy on this TV for whatever reason was a nightmare, and now this thing I've set up isn't working. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Unfortunately, we do not have a special subscriber thing, and evidently, we don't even have a special donation thing. Give me 1 second. I'ma fix this. I'm fucking livid right now. Bob knows how long I took to set up the stream.
It probably took an extra hour, yeah.
Yeah. Go check when I announced it for. I don't even want to know.
Yeah, no, the Spectre emote is up, so people can post Spectre.
Yes,
It's great.
you can spectate.
It's just...
It even says the correct thing in here.
Of
Bob.
course.
Bob,
Uh-huh.
what does this say? Right here. This text.
PG fix.
Okay. Now we're gonna go over here. What does this say? The same thing?
Yes.
Notice how neither of those are MJOWs? Why? Whatever, I'm clicking the button. I'm gonna make it make that sound.
This is a test donation for $1.
I love test donation for $1. I am livid. I am livid. I'm glad everyone appreciates the spectating.
Yeah. Trying to think of any iconic Spectre lines.
Just him being a sassy bitch.
Yeah.
It's not... I legitimately have no idea why it didn't make that sound. Everything is set up correctly. I'm now, at this point, just mashing the save button. Whatever. It's okay. Because now, we need to switch over to the other version. Here we go.
Hold on. one moment.
They get to see it. They just have to wait for us to see it.
Okay.
Which is preferable in a way. Okay. So I believe it should play our intro after we hit new game here. Because it plays it before you hit the title screen and also when you hit new game.
Yeah, no, the Taco Bell changes. It's great.
We went outside the Taco Bell. I love these load times.
Yeah.
I would like to note nothing is wrong with our capture setup for anyone who's curious about the frame rate. Because I know someone's going to be like, certainly the stream is dropping frame. Why would a pre-encoded cutscene have a stuttering frame rate?
Who knows, man?
They were like, we want it to be cinematic. Make it 24. 24 frames per second. That's where it's really at, man. So, Bob, on a scale of 1 to Crab Rave, would you say this looks as good as Crab Rave?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, of course everything's orange. It makes it look more real. It looks like you're in a desert now.
Mm-hmm. How dare they? It's really funny because a lot of the animations, they're trying really, really hard to directly recreate, which doesn't make a ton of sense, you know? Like
right.
The running animation on the monster doesn't need to be, the weird camel thing doesn't need to be like that. It's got a bad motion blur implementation, which is weird when it's pre-rendered.
Yeah.
Like, I get that for real time, but, and of course, as everyone said, orange! I just think it's weird because it looks very stilted. And it's new, right?
Mhm.
Like, there are animations throughout this game in these cutscenes that look more stilted in the new version than they did the...
Deja vu. I've just been in this place before. Higher off the street, and I know it's my time to go.
Lord. Thank you, Shibuya, for the donation. Yeah, I mashed the save button again, even though I already hit it and had closed the tab. And it apparently fixed it.
His feet aren't moving correctly at all.
Yeah, it's really weird. Keep in mind, guys, I'm not someone who grew up with this game. I always wanted a Saturn for this game, but I didn't have it. I had a PlayStation and an N64.
Hey, Straw Hat. Everything's going okay other than playing a bad Panzer Dragoon.
For us, not that camel. That thing
Yeah.
just got crushed by a crabloid. See, it's half
It's a Crabloid.
It's a half Grabloid, half crab.
Ah, I see.
A Crabloid.
God, the sound effects are so bad.
I think they changed the dragon sound too. It no longer sounds like tires peeling out. Giant enemy crab lords. That's right, the crab lords, based on ancient history.
God.
What? You excited for the PS5 Genji?
I really am. I wish they would do that. They won't.
They get
Dragon
Konami to
Roll.
make or Capcom to make it.
It's like they should be making Onimusha. Why would they do it?
That's exactly why. Because somebody wants someone to make their game for them.
Oh, whatever. If it gets me another Capcom-made action game, go for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Hey, Evil Plybo. How's it going?
I'm looking at Resident Evil every year. Can't we get one action game every year? That'd be cool.
No. Die. At this rate, you'll be lucky if you get virtual DLC.
I know. Oh god, this cutscene's so long. The Switch is like, what? Yeah.
What a great thing to design into your system.
Yeah.
This is when someone goes, well, you can turn it off. Bad.
Wow, even the tunnel is lamer. Yeah. Yeah, no, it does look cheaper. Looks more like a fan project than an official remake. Yeah.
Yeah, I would be a lot less critical if it was just a fan project, you know?
Yeah.
See? That's not the iconic Panzer Dragoon scream.
No.
Bob, you don't even understand how many techno remixes have that dragon scream cut into it. It's iconic.
Hidden Purpose, the Monster Hunter world characters all look way better than this thing. Like, in-game models are immensely better than this guy.
Yeah, no, Monster Hunter World looks immensely better. That's not even fair. Good to compare it.
Chris Redfield hasn't been in like the last 3 or 2 games they've released for Resident Evil. So I think it's okay for him to be the new one.
I mean, don't even phrase it that way, Bob. Chris Redfield hasn't been in a Resident Evil in 8 years. That's a much better way to phrase it.
Well, there's, some sort of thing in 7.
Oh, so he was in
Like some,
for a little bit.
yeah, like some immensely small portion.
You know, it's funny. I was actually worried. I was sitting here worried. I was like, "Oh no, it's gonna start playing the game while we switch over for the Switch, right?"
Mhm.
Who the fuck am I kidding? It takes over 30 seconds to load, and then you have to hit a button to start it because they know in that 30 seconds you wandered off bored.
Yeah, no, this load time is insane.
You're on
Can't
Twitter.
wait for the PS5.
Yeah, can't wait till it hits PS5. You know it will, right? Like, it's coming to other systems,
yeah, it's
so
just
we are
exclusive.
going to play it on the PS5, and then it'll run smooth, but still not look great.
Of course we have to play it on the PS5 because we have to go back.
I have to play everything. Okay, but we're not playing this version first. We're playing the other version first. Let me switch us over. There we go, and then switch you guys over. XD rar. Okay. We got our trumpets.
Yeah, with Resident Evil 8, it sounds like it's still going to be Ethan.
By the time it's done loading, you can buy, set up, buy, connect, and set up a PS5. Okay. So here we go. One of the major differences between these, other than this much briefer load time, is that
very done.
every face button, or the bottom 3 face buttons on your Sega Saturn controller shoot. So you can shoot really fast. And it feels good. You just roll your thumb across all 3. You also have zooming in and zooming out is set to a button. So I can take us out like that. You know, get a really far zoom, or maybe a little bit closer, or really close. These are important options. Pay attention.
Yeah.
Because they may not be there when we take this level the second time.
Twitch is saying that they even screwed up the lock-on, the new game.
Yes, I remember there's something wrong about it. I couldn't quite put my finger on what. I'm sure somewhere in the spreadsheet, because there is a spreadsheet of like, hey, send in bugs or problems you have with this game, and we'll try to get to them. It's over 100 long. This is just for normal people to use, not like QA. So That's severe.
Yeah.
Especially when a lot of them are, the dragon doesn't sound right at all. Why did you change that? One of the weirdest things about the new version, which I'm not sure we're gonna get to show, we'll find out. The game over screen. It's like a classic gaming game over screen. You know, you got a timer, it's counting down, you hit a button. You hit the button, it doesn't make a sound, and it keeps counting down. But then after a moment, it starts to slowly fade to black. And I was like, what a weird thing to not get right. We have decades of gaming as examples.
I don't know, man. It seems like...
All right, you can't lock onto these foes. What's up?
Like, the whole idea of we'll fix it seems strange. That's a remake of the game that's old, and, like, the main thing is trying
to do it justice. Like, imagine if the Shadow of the Colossus remake came out, and it was just, I'm total dog shit, but
yeah,
we'll fix it eventually.
And, like, a big part of it's the new style, which is just bad looking.
Right. That is
like
a huge part of the issue.
You aren't fixing that.
Right, they're not upgrading and redoing on Unreal Engine 4 or something. Which I think is the weirdest part about all this. You think if you were doing something like that, you know, some sort of, like, remaster project, you would use Unreal Engine 4. Like, that to me seems obvious.
No.
Okay, so we're gonna...
of course we're hyped. Look at how big that taco is.
It's huge. Back at it again at the Taco Bell.
Panzer Dragoon remake win. That's the names that we've used.
I don't know. Maybe they're gonna have a Halo Master Chief collection sort of approach to this.
You can self-isolate on that taco, says Big Nerd.
It is pretty big. So, small stuff, but it actually bugs me. You change to the back view, you can see yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What if I told you in the new one it clips into you like this always? There's no alternative way to prevent... Like, there's no way to see yourself relative to the bullet.
Weird.
So you're trying to defend yourself against bullets and you can't see yourself.
That's weird. The Straw Hat saying Spyro was UE4, but Crash was the Skylanders engine. Huh.
Is that so? That's right. I remember that now, yeah.
That's the stand side soda? Yes.
Yeah, it is. That'd be lovely. Oh, I should be concentrating less on my soda that doesn't exist and more on defending myself a bit. Also, I kind of goofed. My enemy clear rate's going to be a little lower, which is bad because that's how you get extra credits.
Uh-huh.
You know, to make sure. Oh, and something else we need to talk about. So there, in this original control scheme, I move the cursor by just normally moving it, right?
Yeah.
If I double tap left or right when I'm looking forward, oh, hey, he's gonna shoot these missiles at me. Let me go in close. There we go. Anyway, if I double tap left or right when I'm in the forward view, which is the only view you can dodge from, when you double tap, you move your character. You move your dragon primarily instead of your cursor. Like so. Whoosh. Whoosh.
And you like double tap on the
D-pad.
D-pad, okay.
Yeah. Like that. Right?
Huh.
Okay. So if I want to aim, I'm just pushing it once. If I want to get the fuck out of the way, I'm pushing it twice. The new control scheme makes it really weird because it tries to fix that, so your stick will always move you and your right stick will always move the reticle.
Uh-huh.
But then the reticle doesn't look right from a lot of angles.
Huh.
So, yeah, that's not swell. We're going to get into the next level, pause it, and then we'll change back.
That makes sense, yeah.
We need this cutscene.
Very first shift yesterday, just yelling F. which is kind of funny if you think about it.
God damn it. Bob, don't tempt fate. We might end up doing a Numblast stream.
Oh no.
Do this math puzzle game for people's entertainment, Bob. I'm in hell. Okay, so we're gonna pause that.
More video games need to have nonsense fantasy languages.
I'm pretty down with that.
The only other one I could really think of is Gravity Rush.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
So all the Ico stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gravity Rush totally did that. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, so here we are in the remake. Only one button shoots. There's a huge delay on turning your dragon, you know, with the shoulder buttons.
It's just such an obvious upgrade, right, guys? God.
One moment, I need to deal with these. I think when the original's graphic tech was mostly that it could do proper reflections in the water.
And then this doesn't have any reflections? It's kind of funny,
It kind of misses the entire look. Like, imagine someone did a painting of a painting, and the painting was primarily the reflective quality of water, and then when that other person did their version of it, it didn't reflect anything. Like, that's kind of...
There are reflections, but they're real bad looking.
Yeah, they only come in at a certain distance, which is why if I turn to the side and look pretty close, they kind of match up, but at a distance, they don't. There's a chance on other platforms they'll use a screen space reflection that'll look okay, which is better than this, you know? Like, this is... God, I don't think it's a cube map, but maybe it is.
It's like, it's got to be screen space to some extent, because it is actually
But it is, like,
appropriate.
really close range.
Yeah.
Like, really close. So I guess...
Is this remake the hire this man meme, SEO?
I think I would have appreciated the hire this man meme more. That's...
Oh, that's low.
As I said, I don't know why they didn't do this in Unreal Engine 4 unless it was just for money reasons.
No company would do that, right? I mean, there's not like... Platinum is doing that right now.
Well, yeah, they're doing that because of machine learning placeholder animations that they totally can't do.
They need it. You can't put that into the Unreal.
You can't bake that into Unreal. But yeah, the reticle goes over on top of me in a really weird way. And as you can see, if I fly to the lower left and aim to the left, it's just...
Yeah, it's just squares on screen that no real
It doesn't
logic.
look connected at all. So there are 2 shoot buttons in the modern control scheme, but it ignores inputs.
So yeah, you really don't shoot very fast at all.
You can try, but at a certain speed, it'll just completely ignore what you're doing there.
What engine is the remake on, Ask Warlow?
It's a custom engine.
Okay, that's what I was figuring. Always the best these days.
Especially for really small, low-budget things.
Yeah.
I think the last time I was impressed by the engine for a really small, low-budget thing was Fast RMX on the Switch.
Oh yeah, that's
that
actually nice.
Incredible. If we could get that in 4K at 120 hertz on PS5 and Series X, that would be incredible. I would love that.
Of course, it says, fact, the Sega Saturn is more powerful console than the Nintendo Switch.
The Sega Saturn could do proper transparencies. Finally, we found a take crazier than that video. Like, yes, it can. That doesn't make it practical or GPU efficient. Like, system hardware efficient. It might just make it shit frames. Maybe there's a reason it's not in most games. Who knows? Yes, the nose ship.
Try says, what's the last Japanese game made on a custom engine that was made by that wasn't made by Capcom that you thought was good?
Oh man,
that is really tough.
That's really tough. That I thought was good. Oh man, I was impressed by Vanquish when it came out. You know?
Yeah.
I think Vanquish is really impressive in many ways.
Wow, the whole 15 frames per second.
So then what you end up doing is you end up using your left thumb to move the right analog stick while you mash the R2 button or ZR button with the... Yeah, it's great. This is how I want to play this game. It's okay. Maybe I should switch to the classic control scheme, I'm sure.
Bruce Lee brings out the Fox engine. Yeah, I'd say that was...
That was it.
That was it,
That was it, yeah.
The game wasn't good, but it was a competent engine. Like, it wasn't the content was the problem in that game, not the way it ran or anything.
Right.
Neo Kuni had a great engine with level 5. I'm not even sure if that's custom or not. I've never...
That might have been Unreal 3.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Folklore looked amazing. Ran like a dump truck, but you don't know how much of that was the engine itself and how much of it was we don't know how to PS3. One moment while I try to shoot a tiny missile through my goddamn wing.
Laura Loaf says Luminous looked good. Yeah, but it didn't, like...
It wasn't impressive. Like, it's a fucking puzzle game that plays music at the same time.
No, Luminous engine is the,
Oh, Luminous engine, not Luminous. Okay. I was like, what the fuck's impressive about Lumines?
But yeah, I wouldn't... Nothing outside of the, like, visuals was good about it. It didn't seem like all the physics and things were really wonky. But who knows?
It rendered Hot Boys fine, I hear.
Yeah.
It was real good at that. There we go. Sploosh. And then the frame rate goes sploosh. You should yell. Do a cool dragon yell. You know, the Panzer Dragoon thing? You know, no?
No.
Okay.
I said the Yakuza games have a custom engine.
Yeah. Some of those look really great.
Yeah. Wait, what was that? They custom engine, but by the time they finally had a good enough handle on the engine to make the game run well, they switched to a new one. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Still Yakuza, because the later Yakuza switched to that new engine, and they don't run that great, but they do look nicer.
Okay. So I think it throws. Let me check back. Okay, yeah, it throws the cutscene at the beginning.
Husbando upscaler.
Wait, what? Oh, Husbando upscaler. We're gonna check out that cutscene on the Switch version real quick before going back. One moment.
We'll make it there eventually, guys. Hold on.
Oh, thank you for subscriber. Enjoy the Spectre and M-Jows.
Yeah, good emotes. Wow, this looks even rougher than the intro.
Yeah, it actually... The intro of this game is kind of like the most polished thing, weirdly enough. Also, the extreme chromatic aberration fucking drives me insane. It's like, why? That's not... That's not the art style I went for at all.
Modern.
It's based on paintings and this beautiful comic book artist. What if we put chromatic aberration on it? And it looked like it was a bad Unity game from years ago. Well, then that would be bad.
Maybe don't do that.
Okay. Okay, so...
I just can't look at this game without chromatic aberration on, Dan. Can we get that on?
I can do that for the stream. That'll make the frame rate of our stream tank as I triplicate the stream, separating it into RG and B values and then stretching it out wide. But I can do that.
I don't think anyone actually wants that.
Somebody's already asking for it.
Hey, don't brake so hard, dude. I just got these tires replaced.
Did it play the sound?
I don't think it did.
I don't think it played the sound. Chat, did it play it for you? I didn't hear shit. What is with everything's problem today? It didn't play it for them. Bob,
no.
I put an hour of effort in for this thing that consistently worked until I put an hour of effort in for it to work today.
says we're changing all these things up in the stream. It just doesn't know what to do. It's lost its mind.
I mean, I updated OBS, but that shouldn't have anything to do with it.
Just put the dragon sound effect as a button, says Warloaf.
I'm gonna in a second here. It's upsetting me that much. I don't even know what the Nintendo fan equivalent of what they've done here would be, you know? Like, because it needs to be something that's generally seen as, like, a really beautiful kind of artistic game.
Right.
And Nintendo doesn't really have a lot of those on their system, let alone made by them. Like, think of an N64 game that you would call a beautiful artistic piece.
Yeah, no, it's not really what they go for. Demo or Demo and yeah, it is unfortunate to see a remake like this happen, because if you missed out on the first time, it's like this is what you get instead of just a direct port. You have this nonsense.
I mean, I had a lot of people that were like, I didn't realize how much rougher than Star Fox Panzer Dragoon was. Like, you can't shoot fast enough. It has all these problems, and I'm like, that's just the remake. I'm losing it.
Jucifer says Mother's Free remade by Gearbox. That would be the
That would do it. That would do it. And that's more age appropriate to our audience anyways than this, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like most of the people watching are younger, so.
And people are bringing up Link's Awakening HD remake. Which I think the art in there makes it interesting, but it didn't improve it at all as a game, and it makes it worse in many ways, so I see where they're coming from.
Yeah.
But I think they still tried to be an artistic, like, take on it.
Yeah, it still has
totally
a really
different.
beautiful art style.
Right.
Whereas the new one does not at all.
Feels saying, honestly, they've remade any Mother game in 3D, the edge to ruin it. I don't know. I think that they could pull off something that paid homage properly.
And pay some porridge properly.
Heck, I mean, they could basically remake it and have it like that old ad for Earthbound that was like trying to, or was literally little
Claymation.
models, claymation models, so they could do an art style trying to do that.
That'd be really cool.
Paper Mario game by the Yick Dev, says Dio.
Oh, come on. Why you gotta do that, Dio?
VRC6 is the 30-year-old Panzer Dragoomer.
The fact that this shipped, you know, they shipped the Panzer Dragoon remake around the same time Resident Evil 3 remake's happening kills me.
Yeah, no, it's not even. They should not be compared.
It's upsetting, maybe? And it's even worse because the Panzer Dragoon remaster, for anyone who doesn't know, is $25.
Yeah.
I would be more patient and forgiving if it was not $25.
Feels saying that Nintendo already ruined Paper Mario. They don't need any help. It's true. First thing I've heard. Super Metroid remade by Concept, says Warloaf.
It's a pretty cool tornado. Oh, hey.
You can't. That doesn't make sense, Warloaf. Concept doesn't make games. They don't exist.
Accurate. Now it's level 5 Concept. So this dude lets us lock onto him a lot, which does a decent amount of damage. So we're gonna take advantage of that.
Have you gotten the chance to play the Resident Evil 3 remake? Yes.
Yeah,
Late
Bob
Adventure.
already beat it. I'm almost there. But I wanted to stream this tonight because I knew we were getting to a point where it just seemed weird if I pulled it out, you know?
Right.
It was like, Dan, it's been weeks. Dan, it's fucking May. Dan, they just showed off the PS5 case.
It's saying amazing. Don't even joke about that. They'll do it. Mega Man X by Anti-Creates. Oof.
Okay, that's... You tricky dick.
I want to believe that Anti-Creates has burnt every bridge they have with Capcom, and that's why they're not on any of the credit screens in Mega Man Zero collection.
Is that true?
I didn't see him. Maybe it's only at the very end credits or something.
I got 1 credit because I got 86% shot down instead of 90 plus. That's unfortunate. I bet if someone tested this load time, it would be like 7 seconds.
So we gotta switch to the other game.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
How do you take a game, make a remake of it that doesn't even look that great, but then also just takes forever to load?
Yeah.
And then on top of that even, runs not so great.
When can we get like God Hand 2?
That just seems like a lot of work. That doesn't seem easy.
Yeah, Venture is right. Mega Man X by Inti Creates would be Mega Man X5 and X6. They made those.
Yeah, they did They did that.
God, the thought of them going to them or back to Inti Creates to do Mega Man X. I assume that they have to be working on something for Mega Man X.
Yeah.
Who knows if it was rebooted multiple times or what, but it's got to be in the works, and there's no way that they'd do that after friggin' they did so well on Mega Man original in-house with Mega Man 11.
I would like to think they have the sense to not do that.
I don't even recognize this as the same level. I need.
Well, we're gonna enter a cave. That was the cave we flew into in the other level. It doesn't have the same tone or atmosphere, but it is a cave.
Did you stop?
Yeah, you stop in the cave, which made sense before because, you know, it was a very enclosed area and you start getting ambushed, so it was the thought of like, oh, I need to stop, taking the environment. See how I can't really...
Yeah, it's all just super close.
It's kind of hard to... And as I said before, my buttons to move my camera doesn't zoom it out there. Like I showed off in the originals, the side views, you can hit buttons and it will change how zoomed in it is.
You could tell me this remake was on the Wii and I didn't believe you.
It does look like that. And I'm not saying any of this to be mean. I'm a person, generally speaking, who's very open to new entries in old franchises and remakes, right? Like, I like the Shadow of the Colossus remake. It looks beautiful. It's not the same art style, but it is a completely valid art style and really, really visually impressive. This game, in a lot of ways, has animations, textures, shading, etc. that reminds me of Reboot. That's how bad this looks to me.
Yeah, it's really bad.
And that's a shame. I don't think this game deserved that. But yeah, so this is $25. You can go buy Panzer Dragoon or it's a back compat on the Xbox One X for $10 and play what is a vastly prettier game and a really great game in 4K. And of course, it looks a billion times better.
Yeah, no, comparing those two is insane. Like that game, it actually looks nice and looked impressive at the time it launched and still looks impressive today.
Yeah.
Whereas look at this, look at that thing.
As it turns out, it looked really great 18 years ago. And
those are at attack? They don't even look right.
Yeah, that was one of the complaints someone listed in the spreadsheet.
Does Orta load faster? Of course.
Yes.
Almost anything will load faster than this. Orta has 2 games for $10 so Warloaf?
Yeah, it has the original.
Okay, yeah.
It's the PC version, though, so it's a little different looking. Because, you know, PCs use normal GPUs, and the Saturn is anything but normal.
Yeah. The sand looked like skin, says Venture. It just looks... The sand, it looks like they just put a noise filter or something over it to make it look sandy.
I think it's just trying to do sub-pixel detail, but, like, it's a really low resolution to begin with.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think it's pretty hopeless here. That's why when I complained about this game on Big Think and someone said, hey, you should be trying to work with the dev to make it better. I'm like, I paid them $25. I don't fucking owe them anything. I'm upset and paid them $25. I'm not in the wrong no matter what I do or say at this point.
Yeah, because this is like unfixable. Like,
right, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, looking at this state, it just seems hopeless. So what are you gonna do? Remake the whole fucking thing?
Gaius says, I was the fool who got it physical for about $50, crying
Oh,
face.
I'm so sorry. Who did that?
Gaius, 1000.
I am so fucking sorry, man. I mean, I probably would have if I had the opportunity, but I bet that was a loaded, limited run games thing, which I'm not.
It worked,
It didn't work.
I come from the net. Through systems, peoples, and cities to this place, mainframe.
Oh no!
Format Guardian, to mend and defend. To defend my newfound friends, their hopes and dreams. To
There we
defend
go.
them from their enemies.
Good lord.
That was hilarious. Okay, to awkwardly bump through its wings in order to fly up to it to give it a look, just fade back into place, and then fly away. Now
Ugh.
imagine that, but it's a death scene.
Ugh.
It's yeah, the animations are yeah. So about why I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
We're gonna check out the cutscene on here. Let's see how that goes. That way everyone can enjoy the visceral fun that is waiting for it to load.
And Vignon, the Mellow Wolf Chaos thing was just direct port too, so it looked a lot closer to how it used to look.
Thank you so long, Brian, because I could do that so many times about different screens in this game. That is really the first thing I thought when I saw it. I was like, what in the world? This is what you came up with? PS5 save us. We need to put some positivity in this stream. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Dan.
How do you feel about the DualSense controller? I almost said 5.
DualSense 5. We're skipping the first 4.
It's that good.
I'm hopeful for it. I am worried that it's not going to feel great in my hands.
Really?
Yeah. I always have that worry when it changes designs that much as far as grips go.
We've got this nice photo mode. You can change the color grading. So that blue shader around the enemy, the light source that doesn't exist, that is blue.
Uh-huh.
That's some PS2 shit.
It is.
It just makes me think of that or early PS3, and it just...
DualSense 5 with the 12 axis. Yeah!
It senses all of the movements you thought to make.
Why would you want a photo mode in this? Asked Silvermane. Yeah, that's a good question. It looks
Photo
so
modes
bad.
are successful, so I'm sure Sega to some extent was like, you need a photo mode. Because people are going to use that, and it's going to do great. Name changes.
Oh man, are the face buttons not color coded? I didn't even notice.
They're not.
That's awful.
That literally is my one complaint.
Yeah, I hate that that's being removed from controllers. It's nice to have a color associated with the button.
Yes, because some people are better with colors and some people are better with shapes. And when you have a color and a shape, that helps.
Yes. And it makes it look more interesting.
Also that. We say this as people who own the Xbox Elite controller. Man, that guy got fucking ragged. Which
Yeah, he
does
did.
that already. Just so we're clear. Oh,
yeah,
hey.
in the purple controller from Sony also did that. Where they just put the colors off the buttons.
That is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
That it's just like, do they think it looks bad if the face buttons are a different color from the rest of it? Just to be clear, before anyone complains about how jaggy this game looks, it looked nowhere near this sharp on a fucking composite TV. It may have jaggies, but they weren't like this razor sharp, like coming for your kids. Oh, well, he's dead. Overall, I'm really positive about the design changes. I think the only thing that I dislike is the face buttons not having colors anymore. That's it. I feel like everything they did makes sense, like making the PlayStation button PlayStation shape. That really helps, I feel. Like, it'll make it feel more distinct than other buttons, so when people feel it, they'll know which button it is. Did you notice there's a mic mute button?
Is that what the big button is? I was
Yes,
not sure what
that is
was.
what the button beneath the PlayStation button is.
Well, that's good.
Because it has the mic icon next to it. Yeah, that is good. That way people can shut the fuck up. Cause yeah, like that's what we've wanted this whole time, right? Like if the button to mute yourself's on your headset, no one mid-shot or like at the beginning of life even is taking their hand off of the controller to mute their mic. You know? They're not doing that. I only want to hear your fucking voice if you have something poignant to say to me.
Light bar is dead. Long live light bar. Yeah, the way they changed the light, I think, is really neat.
Light bar is dead. Long live light slits. Because it just oozes out of the sides of the touchpad, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, they said it was supposed to have better battery life, so hopefully that works out.
Yeah, they said they were working on a strong battery life. It's not hard to beat the PS4's, the DualShock 4's battery life at all. That battery is absolutely tiny. We knew before it came out, but then when it came out, a bunch of people who don't understand technology went, well, obviously, its battery life is bad because there's an LED on it.
Does it not have the audio jack at the bottom? It should have the...
I don't think it does.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no. If you want a headset, buy a real headset.
That's... Well, how do you hook it up then?
What do you mean?
Well, how...
Wait,
Like,
to what?
you won't be able to hook it to the controller anymore, so you have to hook it somewhere.
Use a Bluetooth headset. That's what I'm saying. If you want a headset, buy a real Bluetooth headset or USB headset.
I don't know if they'll... Hopefully they support it properly. God, I just...
They already do.
I don't think they do support Bluetooth headsets on there. It's like custom stuff, like the wireless headset for PlayStation 4 is the a custom USB dongle.
There's no fucking way. The Plantronics headset from the PS3 works on the PS4.
Does it?
Yes. The Warhawk headset from fucking 13 years ago. Chat, can you confirm for me? Someone Google this shit. Here's a really cool boss.
I know that it supports Bluetooth stuff in general, but I've never heard of a Bluetooth headset hooking up like just your Bluetooth options.
I assume the reason you haven't heard of that is because the gaming headset market is so lucrative that at some point in your head you're like, there's no way someone would buy $200 Turtle Beaches when they're dog shit compared to a $40 headset made by an actual manufacturer.
Yeah, no, there's no way the back button attachment's going to fit on this thing.
No, the back paddle thing, the back button attachment is just not the correct shape.
Yeah, it was very custom designed around the DualShock 4.
Which, I mean, that's a good thing that it's not compatible because that would have meant the PS5 controller would have looked identical. Which I like improving the ergonomics of things slowly and steadily, you know? I don't want a second DualShock 4 because I know there's room for improvement. Now, at the same time, though, I'm not these crazy Xbox people who are like, well, obviously there's room for improvement for Sony, but there isn't for Microsoft because they made the perfect controller, because that's insane.
Right.
But hey, at least on their side, they're improving the D-pad. That's good. Because damn doesn't need improvement. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I might die. I came into this fight pretty rough.
Yeah. Hopefully you have multiple lives.
Yeah, that credits. The credit system. Anyway,
They added texture to the sticks. We need that.
I think it's the same texture.
Yeah, it was like it looks identical.
It's
to the
identically
sticks.
shaped. I think you rub the texture off of your stick. Who said that in chat?
Feel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, feel. Your controllers are really old and you rub the texture off. Because, yeah, it doesn't... Like, the stick doesn't look meaningfully different. The D-pad does. Like, it's clearly a different type of D-pad, at least build-wise. So there is the hope that it is a Switch D-pad, but I dare not go to Twitter or anything else and be like, please? Because that's too good. I don't want to think about that happening. What are we doing? You gonna be hittable anytime soon, or? Okay, we're not using homing laser. We're just
Travis says, Dan, how do you feel about the conspiracy theory that DualSense has the good Vita D-pad? Because Vita back compat?
That's an insane connection. It can have a good Vita D-pad and not have back compat.
Right.
That was really close.
Phil's saying he has a brand new DualShock 4, hasn't used different, more intense texture. It looks the same.
Bob,
for these
we're gonna have
pictures.
to buy a macro lens to prove Phil wrong. That's. It's a shame that it's come down to this.
Dan, I feel like you might have alternative motives.
What? No. Are you saying I want to buy video equipment for no good reason?
Yes.
Well,
Do stream goals as well, technically?
at least macro lenses don't cost that much.
Yes, HIC. Of course, their Xbox still uses double A's.
Dan would never buy an OLED, some guy.
You wouldn't even consider it.
Wait, how would you do that? That doesn't even make sense. That thing you said sounds insane, Spaceman. How do you buy a TV to own a person on Twitter? That doesn't even...
Trying to pull out the pictures on my phone so I can more easily look at this thing.
Was that I swear to God, somebody said the resolution of the photos they took was like 6K or something.
Yeah.
I was like, no fucking way. I haven't checked yet. Every time I come back, it just...
Okay, the structure is slightly different because you can zoom in enough.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay,
don't-
let me take a look. I mean, yes, in that the outside has a texture and the inside doesn't, and the outside looks like a weave texture like you would see on sporting goods of some
Right,
sort.
it's like a weave now. I don't know if it's actually going
I
to be
don't-
more grippy or not,
Yeah,
honestly.
as a person putting his fingers on it, I'm not even sure I would notice the difference.
This is the same level, I hear. Okay, that's the ship.
This is a lot closer than that last
Yes.
level was, to be real.
Yeah, this is like cloudy mountains and stuff, so I get it.
Oh, there he goes. No sound, just death. There is no sound effect, just die.
Deal says, speaking of insane connections, the PS5 has PS3 back compat.
Oh man, if that shit, if Sony, if they were like, we prepared a ton of first-party games to be back compat 4K from the PS3 at launch, even that would be a powerful blow to Microsoft's back compat, I feel.
Right. Shibuya, I believe Phil is talking about the thing that Dan retweeted about with Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, the 4K image.
Big nerd, I don't think that'll happen. I'd love it. There's a finally 4K Anarchy reigns.
Okay, that would be funny as hell, but yeah, Sega absolutely wouldn't do that. The Sega owns the rights to that.
Strike says, wait, Dan, you think that's why Tools of Destruction was in 4K?
I didn't say anything on twitter.gov. I said, pretty interesting. And then during the stream, I said that would be delightful. I'm not theory crafting here. That's you and Feel maybe.
Isaac Fox, I don't know. I wouldn't expect Demon Souls to be supported than that. They're probably do a full remake.
That's true. Maybe that's why we heard that rumor though.
Maybe.
Maybe Blue Point did some of the work on that, like the emulation stuff, and then also they're doing that other remake.
I would play Metal Gear Solid 4 again. Yeah.
Reasonable. Oh, I would in a heartbeat, and I think that's one of the worst of the series, and yet still of more value than 5.
Yeah, Professor Road it would be really neat to see the last really great Ratchet and Clank game in 4K.
Is Tools of Destruction the last great Ratchet and Clank? Was a Crack in Time not that great?
Yeah, Crack in Time was very much a budget title. Like, it was released for $30 or something. It was not designed to be a full
Oh, I thought
thing.
that was Quest for Booty.
That too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, there were two things that probably should have been DLCs.
Man, the PS3 really wasn't kind to the demographic that bought Ratchet and Clank, huh?
Ratchet and Clank, or Crack in Time was fantastic to Straw Hat, but
Okay.
wasn't it also small?
It's very small.
Wait, it was the biggest Ratchet and Clank game they ever made? What?
Yeah, okay, that's what I fucking heard.
What?
I was like, that game, I could have sworn to God that game was a full-size game. Quest for Booty was the tiny one.
Man, I could have sworn that Crack in Time was nothing. I never played it because I thought that it was just some weird offshoot.
Are you thinking of Quest for All or whatever, where it's the 4-player thing?
No, that's One for All or All for One, something like that.
All for One.
But no, that's separate too. Feels saying that Into the Nexus is the bad one.
Yeah, Into the Nexus, which used to be Into the Nethers, but then Sony was like, "Come on, man."
Crack in Time was supposed to be a clock blockers.
Yes, Clock Blockers is such a good name. They should have used it.
I guess I need to play Crack in Time sometime. Maybe we'll get this back to Pat.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? We don't know. Is Sony making a PS3 emulator for the PS5 possible? Abso-fucking-lutely. Did they do it? I have no idea. Have you met that company?
Yeah, no, they're insane. I still like all. Oh man, Sony's messaging is so bad. No one's gonna be hyped. They tweet a picture of a controller on a random Tuesday.
Yeah,
23 million likes or something.
Yeah, the amount of fucking shitty takes I had to hear exclusively from Silicon Valley types.
Yes.
About how bad the messaging was because they're tech illiterate despite being absolutely gonzo bonkers for the shit. They're like, I couldn't understand anything. This was bad. Sony's doomed.
Yeah, it feels right. If Sony's doing back beyond PS4, then making all the first-party games playable would be given. Yeah, that would definitely be the first thing to do, right?
And yet, Microsoft hasn't even done that. There are Xbox original games that they...
about? Fusion Frenzy is all they made.
Fusion Frenzy is all they made. Do they have Fusion Frenzy 2? Can anyone confirm that? I feel like when you go to remaster a game, you can take a little bit of liberties.
No, this was perfect.
This boss is not great. It spends most of its time unshootable off screen. And then in front of you at parts.
It looks so lame now.
Yes.
Like
when it's a rougher model.
Yeah, you can have some imagination behind what it is. And here it's just like, I'm a house.
I'm a house with dumbass feet, and I got these fins. What do they do? I don't know. But we're Voltron. That Voltron bit was a little neat. But yeah, I am so tempted to do an episode of the Rant Is Go about how the controller excites people, and that's a part of the excitement and value you get from buying a new system. So when Microsoft announces their new controller's fucking-identical, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it's just a side note to the console reveal.
Which, what a fucking reveal.
Yeah.
It looks like the fucking system you bought 2 years ago, but bigger. Because, yeah, that's also another thing. Like, Sony's consoles have always had unique designs as each one comes out.
Grabbed by the Ghoulies 2 on Xbox Series X. Let's go. Now, I'm gonna show this out there. Dan wouldn't believe it when I said it. I think that they're just gonna call... I think that the new games for Xbox Series X will just have a box that just says Xbox on it.
Let's break this down, because we need the audience to be absolutely crystal clear on what you're suggesting. Bob is suggesting there is no box for Xbox Series X games? There is a box that ships to retail that just says Xbox!
Yes. They want to make sure everyone is 100% as confused as possible.
Feels like Bob is right. That is the last strand of my sanity. Microsoft does that.
Spaceman also agrees with me.
I mean, every other decision they've made led to that. You were saying something about, like, you read some PR or some marketing messaging from the company earlier today. It was like, well, PC is a really primary platform for us, a really important platform for us. And I'm like, you're like, wait a second.
Yeah, there was something that came out today that was like, lead platform PC. Maybe it was just them talking about Gears Tactics.
Gears Tactics is that. I'm serious, though. If that happens, I will die. And it will be Phil Spencer's fault. Try him in court. I want to see him behind bars if I die due to bad naming.
Because can you imagine that like the Xbox Series X games would have, like that's such a huge title, it would take up most of the top of the box.
Yes, and it's not a real title.
Yeah, because it's only one in the line after all. See, this is Xbox capital. Other one was Xbox lowercase.
Bob and I were talking about it. We did some actual theory crafting.
Uh-huh.
The sort of theory crafting we'll commit to. And, you know, this was mostly me because Bob forgot Lockhart was supposed to be a thing and didn't know the proposed performance level. The Lockhart console was supposed to be 4 teraflops. And it was supposed to be budget. And it was supposed to be a 1080p version. So Microsoft was going to have 5 Xboxes on the marketplace called Xbox.
Yes.
Technically 4 if you discount the original Xbox One. And so that way it's just Xbox One S, X, Series X, and then Lockhart.
Which would probably have been Series S. Series S.
Because they're that stupid.
They're that stupid. They would do that.
I theorized that part of this we don't want to focus on next gen thing.
Man, where'd the music go?
I think us keeping it paused that long freaked out the Saturn. 1 second. Let me turn it up, maybe. Yeah, there should be music in here. We're playing on a real disc, by the way.
Oh yeah, that Inside Xbox thing was really sad.
One thing at a time, gentlemen. So I had a theory. The reason they didn't want to focus on next-gen exclusives is because there we go. The original plan was to only put
it's on the wrong video.
Oh, sorry everyone. Sorry everyone. Thank you for letting us know. There are a lot of things to keep track of when we switch these games because nothing worked out right.
You can't just keep yelling, Dan. I don't know what that means. You could be yelling
Bob,
at anything.
it almost always means the layout's wrong. Like, that's been my experience this month. Year. Anyway, I think the Lockhart was just going to have a normal hard drive. And that's why they were focusing on being cross-gen, because they didn't want to develop a game that needed a solid-state drive to work, because the Lockhart was going to be a budget console that didn't have a solid-state drive. The Series X reads, like, if you know the spec, you understand bills of material and stuff like that, it reads as a console that's supposed to be the high-end version of something.
Uh-huh.
It is the Xbox One X of a new generation.
Which is weird that you would launch at the same time, but whatever.
Yes, that's why. That's potentially why why Lockhart has seemingly, as far as we can tell at this point, been canceled.
What about the Xbox One S all digital? Yeah, that's still on the market.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, but it's hardware-wise the same as an S. You know, so I'm not gonna count that as one of them.
It's a separate SKU though.
It is a separate SKU, but for game devs, they aren't targeting 6 platforms.
True.
They're only targeting 5.
It's only consumers getting the short end.
Yes, getting the confusion bucket.
Real quick before we leave that, as I mentioned, I worked at GameStop.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about this openly now. Because we referenced it many times with Big Think Dimension. We're like, no, Bob works at a game store. Trust him. We know all about how awful this is going for explaining shit to customers.
The
13 years of experience.
The S model all digital. My store was going on clearance out everything the last few weeks of being open before we shut down completely.
Mm-hmm.
That thing got down to like 30% off. No one would buy it. We closed the store completely. There was 8 of them left.
Oh my god!
I think I sold 2.
I mean, it makes sense. Microsoft's strategy, by and large, with these systems, like the X doesn't sell, which, you know, as we just said, Bob worked at GameStop for 13 fucking years. He would know whether or not it sold. He worked at multiple stores. I talked to numerous other retail employees. I talked to, you know, people who work at smaller game stores. X's don't sell at all. So what does that say then when your entire strategy for your next generation of system was framed around being that?
I don't know. For the extra ones, we send them to another store that wasn't closed. So
that way they all just build up until they can build a store out of them?
Yes.
So we do a fly over him, and it's like, oh, he's just rubbish. But then it turns out he's the boss.
Oh,
it's
no.
a very cool moment. It's seamless. I want you to think about that when we get to the Switch version, because it does a thing, and I'm like, that kind of
Crack in the drywall. It's just Xboxes. Yes. Bury them in the desert like ET. Yeah, that seems appropriate. And it's not like this is incidental. This is, we were taking bets among different store managers, different people in general. Like, how many are going to be left by the time we're closed?
That's nuts. So your health bar actually carries through levels.
Huh, that's not good.
That's
This might be bad.
it's difficult, and I'm okay with it because I beat the game handily the first time I tried. Panzer Dragoon Orta is a much harder game, so I can't complain. But anyway, that's fucking nuts. Yeah, because I do think the Series X, like, you know, it's called the Series X, just like the Xbox One X,
Right.
is trying to be the same thing for a next generation, but then the lower end version is gone. There's been no signs of it at all. Microsoft's not talking about it, and devs stopped talking about it. So that thing presumably was canceled.
Right.
So what the hell are they thinking?
I don't know. It's all insane. Like, it just is
Like-
crazy.
Like, at this point, is it lost? Is it cutting your losses when they say we're not going to make a game exclusive to that platform because they just think it's not going to sell?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna see devs just pull out completely like that. Like, Japan's already not on board for Xbox stuff.
Oh, by and large, yeah.
They
What was it?
Phil Spencer keeps saying he goes over there to get stuff, but
What was it? We watched the Inside Xbox thing, and I was like, Bob, Xbox just got Yakuza Kiwami, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep recently, and Hotline Miami. What year is it?
yeah, Hotline Miami. This is the first time it's on Xbox. So that's insane.
That is completely fucking nuts, and I could not believe it when he said that. Like, that's not even fucking Japan. That's just an indie game. But yeah, I think things are looking really rough for Microsoft.
Everyone's very
when-
surprised it wasn't on Xbox. Yeah, no, first release of Hotline Miami on Xbox 2020 today.
But yeah, I think things are looking really rough for Microsoft. I think they made just about every bad decision they could. The name of the platform sucks. The not making exclusives to push new hardware. Because every time somebody talks to them, even Ryan McCaffrey, who obviously knows his shit about these consoles, every time he talks to him, he's like, when are you going to show games for it? And it's just like this moment of, Ryan, he showed you games running on it. That's all you're going to get. Why do you not understand this?
Yeah, he doesn't have games. You have to ask Ubisoft or other third parties, and that's insane.
Now,
but
if you're
that's what
asking when they're going to show you Halo, that's a valid question.
yeah,
But that's not a game designed for the Series X. That's a game that will also run on the Series X with some enhancements. And I've had to hear that question from journalists so many times now, I'm losing it. It's like, you read the same press release as me.
when the Series X flop, with the future of Nintendo buying Xbox be even more possible. Warlow.
Why would you buy a less valuable brand?
Why would you bother? Like, there's no value in that. Also, it's hilarious that in that latest interview with Phil Spencer, he's talking about how...
You talking about the IGN one?
Yeah, the IGN one. Where
Okay.
He's talking about their games showing up on Switch has confused people and made them ask him, "Oh, is this coming to Switch?"
Every time a new IP's announced, apparently Phil's really frustrated that people expect it to come to Switch. It's like, what did you fucking expect?
Yeah, that's what you did, man. You put your only good game on the Switch. Now people want other games. What Microsoft said was so insane nobody can believe it says feel. Yeah, basically.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, no, Panzer Dragoon. I really love this game. I'm really glad. A viewer called Luigi 1000, he sent in this Saturn he found in a dumpster after cleaning it up, and I was able to get a good deal on Panzer Dragoon. It makes me very happy. Because, oh boy, that remake.
So can we start asking Phil Spencer for when Mother 3 is coming out? Is that how this works?
I'm pretty sure Reggie would be delighted if you did that.
Shibuya, this isn't even karmic retribution over Scalebound. I think this is just their continued ineptitude, like they had with Scalebound, finally catching up with them.
Hello.
Thank goodness for Dumpster Saturns. Can't wait for Hellblade 2 and Halo Infinite on Switch.
I mean, at least Hellblade 2 sounds like it's... Wait, Switch. That wasn't a joke. I literally only then paid attention to what was said, man. Can't wait till that happens to Phil Spencer in an interview.
If you want to play Xbox games, you already have a product for you. It's called the Nintendo Switch.
God!
Thanks, Lord.
See, this is the problem. Like, I'm certain what Sony is doing is they're just going to deposit their PS4 games on PC to get more people interested in the PS5, which, you know, people will see, let's say, Horizon Zero Dawn, right? They'll see that on PC. And Horizon Zero Dawn 2, when they show it, will look drastically more impressive.
Right.
So you bet your ass people who have PCs would even still be like, wow, that looks, you know, great, and see value in the PS5 as a platform. That's a very different strategy from we keep putting our games out on Switch.
Yeah, it's...
Why am I doing this? This is gross.
Like, there's a huge difference between even just putting a game on PC and putting a game on a rival console.
Yes.
Like, that's just very different. That was a cool shot.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of cool artistry in this. And then, you know, that segues us into the next level. Very smoothly, I might add. I'm just going to go ahead and pause us. But yeah, I think this is nuts. Like, everyone who's trying to normalize this Microsoft shit is either a child, an Xbox fanboy, or both.
Yeah.
Because this is not normal. It is not normal to not have exclusives for your system. It's not normal to say, we're not even going to commit for 2 years. If anyone did that back in the day, their system would have sold nothing.
Come by the 360. There are no games.
Die.
God. I just... The big selling point for 360 would be your Dynasty Warriors Extreme Legends.
Yeah.
And
Call of Duty. Call of Duty. Yeah.
Not even 2, just 1.
No, it would be 2 because that was on PC.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just nuts. It's completely insane. No one has ever made a more stale bread product in the history of man. Like, as I said, was it on Twitter or was I was yelling at it on the voice call with KZ's stream.
Okay.
I was like, it's amazing because every time Sony announces a thing and people get really excited, I'm frustrated because I'm reminded how Microsoft just isn't doing that. Like, they announced load times are a little over twice as fast. And it's like, okay. Our controller looks identical. Okay.
Yeah,
we added a share button.
Even
if we blow our controller up to 600 scale, you can tell the difference.
Even if you don't like the new design for a PlayStation controller, it's new. It gives you something to be interested in.
Right. You get to have an opinion. That's fun. Also, I'm totally convinced that the DualShock 4 is going to work on the PS5.
Yeah.
100%.
I would love if they just did a DualShock 4 with a USB-C.
Well, that ain't happening.
I know. It's just not happening.
I'm convinced you think that controller's less comfortable than it will actually be.
I'm hopeful that it'll be more comfortable than I think it will be.
Because, you know, Sony's PS4 controller came out of them talking to devs and, you know, doing a lot of market research and stuff. And that controller's great. Does it have room for improvement? Sure. But I think it's one of the best controllers of this gen.
Yeah.
This game is so much louder than the other one. I'm just gonna
find it weird they call it DualSense. Well, that's what's gives you more sensitivity.
I get it. Like, DualShock 5, that naming scheme's getting long in the tooth. If you're gonna drastically overhaul it, because like Bob and I were talking about it, every DualShock controller has circles in the mold around where the buttons and D-pad go, and the new one they abandoned that entirely. So it no longer has what you would say is the definitive DualShock aesthetic.
Right.
You know, which itself, as an aesthetic, was invented because they needed to strap analog sticks onto a pre-existing controller. So it's funny that that became the defining aesthetic.
I hadn't seen it before, but that guy who used to work at Mad Catz, the big
Markman?
Yeah, Markman tweeted about I think it was called the PlayStation Dual Stick or something. It was before the DualShock, and it had like
This is an Namco thing?
no, it was the official PlayStation controller.
Really?
And it had like indented analog sticks, kind of like on PS4.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, that's insane.
I'm trying to think if I've ever seen this.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
But yeah, I don't trust anyone who says this is normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been through. This is going to be my 4th generation of console launch that I've been tuned in for.
Yeah, I'm really
This is
glad it's
not-
not the boomerang. Good Lord.
You're really sad?
I'm
it's
really
not?
glad it's not the boomerang.
I'm gonna be honest. I've been sad that the Boomerang wasn't the launch controller for the PS3 since they changed their minds. Because having a PS2 controller that was really light wasn't as neat. I think ergonomically, the longer handles on that could have been more comfortable.
Right. It was just hideous.
Oh, it is super hideous. If Aggro was here, he would be talking about that's what makes it brave. Okay, I think we're coming up on this dude now. Let's see. Yep, okay, so here's the dude this time, Bob. This is how it goes this time. You can see him, he's bright red. He stands out like sore thumb.
Okay.
It's a little bit less. There's just some stuff in the way, and you can tell from the way he's shaded that he's an enemy.
Right.
Which isn't as jarring
Wait,
as it doing
what?
this cut.
What? They didn't get it at all. They had no idea. What is? He's not even in that position. He's not in that place.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Yeah. So that was way less cool, I felt.
I'm still sad that Tad Warden thing was fake.
We don't know. Unless Chad Warden came out and said, yo, that ain't me.
The dual analog controller. This,
Let me pause this. Oh, I have seen that. Yeah.
yeah.
That was a test version, right? Unreleased?
My favorite PlayStation family controller with dual analog controller. It has all the model number names.
Okay.
Not the DualShock. Like the elongated grips and the concave design of the analog stick. So I think it might have come out,
That's crazy.
right? Then it does look better. than-
Yeah. No, having a fucking design for your stick so your thumb can slide off easily sucks, and I'm glad every controller has moved past that.
I'm gonna retweet it so people can see it.
Head on over to twitter.com/giga_Bob.
Yes.
Underscore's important. Oh, man. Using shoulder buttons only to fire, that's a great idea. Because, you know,
It's the same limited round games orders can't be canceled. Oh man, that's rough, Gaius.
what?
Yeah, apparently you can't cancel limited round games orders.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right.
Shibuya made a edit of the DualSense with colored buttons.
Come on, Dan.
Isn't it weird that they refunded The Last of Us 2 and Iron Man for the Straw Hat? I don't think so. We don't have a date anymore, so I
I
can...
think that takes pressure off them to do whatever they want with those games.
Right.
Like, date-wise, without people getting as upset, you know?
Yeah, as long as they properly refunded them.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's not refunding to PlayStation dollars. It's refunding to credit cards, debit cards, you know,
Right.
properly. Doesn't that look great? Whatever it's... Oh, it just fell through the wall.
I'm sure.
Great.
Oh my god. I'm sure Sony will have a limited launch edition of DualSense with color buttons. They might do a throwback controller color scheme. Which would
I think it's entirely possible the controller ships with colored buttons.
it's possible.
They've done small adjustments like that in the past.
Yeah. Broker says Last of Us 2 is probably going to be PS5. No, that game is working on a PS4.
Yeah, no,
There's no reason you would do that.
You wouldn't shove that game over to the PS5 and be like, we don't even want to sell to 110 million people. Like, no one would ever make that business decision.
Right?
Especially since it doesn't have any of the benefits of being designed from the ground up for the next platform.
Yeah.
Like, generally what you do is you make a game for the next gen that shows off some of the power and exclusivity you get from that. And then use that as a flagship. You don't design for this gen, shove it over at the last second, and then go, isn't it cool? Because you know what that is, Bob? That's Perfect Dark Zero. That literally is what that was.
Can't wait for Last of Us 2 remastered on PS5. I don't think that's the sort of thing's going to happen anymore. I think we're past that.
I think Sony sees more value from making it a free update, whether or not they will.
Right.
You know, who knows? Wow, you're doing way better at the remake. It must be a better game. That level specifically is easier in the remake.
Difficulty adjustments, no way.
More of a coincidence of sticking movement on a single stick.
Oh, yeah. Last of Us 1 doesn't even run well on the PS4, says Solombrion. I thought it ran okay, it's just that it's running at 60, but all the movement and everything's locked at 30.
So, like, it feels like a 30 frame per second game, even though it runs at 60.
Right.
Keep in mind, though, that's in 1080p. When the Pro came out, they added that 4K mode, which that's when things got a little weird.
I forgot they even did that.
It was years after that remake shipped, so makes sense that you'd forget.
So is Remake worth it? Was the initial excitement and some reviewers held off? Says Thunderhawk, no, don't buy this. Thunderhawk.
No, this stream is my way of just showing people why I'm so upset. I think a lot of the artistry of the original's lost. I can do this in the original. I have 3 face buttons that all fire, and I can just rock my thumb on it and shoot insanely fast. And that is a really important feature. The new one, in the modern control scheme only, has 2 buttons that can fire, but it can't deal with you pushing them fast at all. What I'm trying to say is they made a flying shooter where you can't shoot fast.
Oh no, Dan. Apparently
again? Man, you guys really didn't miss much. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna fight most of the shit I just fought like 3 more times before the level ends. Sorry, everyone.
But yeah, this
there are too many steps necessary. Don't worry, I'm gonna die, so you're gonna see what you missed anyways. What were you gonna say?
Something about the original aesthetic kind of gives me a Studio Ghibli vibe.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see. It gets me in the mood to go watch like Castle in the Sky or Nausicaa again.
If only there was some sort of anime watching series where we watched old anime that we were like, this is good, Sith.
No, it's not anime. Miyazaki told me so.
Don't listen to that guy. Watch his movies, but don't listen to him.
Yeah, probably a good idea not to listen to that guy. He might deny war crimes or something. Who knows?
Who knows? Old Japanese artists, you never know. You never know.
Nausicaa is definitely Mobius inspired, says Cyrock Edo. That makes sense.
Oh, hey, look. I hit the button. It made a sound. It faded to black quickly, and the number stopped going down.
Cool.
What an amazing way to design your game over screen.
Quakeseus is asking if Ghibli movies are on any sort of streaming site. They're going to be on Netflix. I think they're already there, but if not, they're coming soon.
I'm surprised they aren't on Disney.
Disney's lost the rights to it.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, G-Kid took over for the rights to them. So yeah, when they did that, they started releasing Blu-rays of everything.
Thank God.
And yeah, it's great.
Thank God. God bless whoever wrestled fucking rights away from Disney.
Yeah.
Even if it was Disney's apathy. But yeah, I think it's really upsetting to me that when I turn on the Xbox Series X, it's gonna be the Xbox One X OS, which is bad.
That's insane.
We've had a whole generation of different permutations of this really bad OS, and they did not design a new one for their next gen console. Do they just not understand what consoles are? Or?
The Clyde just thinks she flies as 100% Mobius machine.
Yes.
Cool. Will the PS5 let me watch Blu-ray movies in 4K?
Yes.
It'll work. It'll play 4K Blu-rays. I don't think it'll just make your old Blu-rays in the 4K.
It will. It'll upscale it.
It'll upscale.
Somebody was like, "Are you sure this image isn't upscaled?" Referring to the 4K Ratchet and Clank thing, and I'm like, "Yeah, I said it was 4K."
Wait, what? It has the same OS? Oh, Feely didn't notice? That's what they showed off.
What?
Yeah, he apparently didn't notice that they had the same OS when they showed off the new.
Oh yeah, no, it's
game switching and
identical.
stuff.
It is literally what's in our system right now. But
So
yeah,
the new console. They made Xbox One X too. Yeah, they did.
yes, and that's upsetting as someone who bought the One X.
Yeah. This is worse than Final Fantasy X too, which is impressive.
I agree with that sentence wholeheartedly, and I got banned from GameFAQs because of opinions I've had about Final Fantasy X too. IP banned even. This level's rough. I need to stop thinking about the Xbox Series X and the nightmare that is the beginning of this gen.
Yeah, man. It's frustrating because they did almost the same thing last time, where the final 360 like OS is almost what was on the beginning of Xbox One. It was very slight differences. They made it look a little smoother and they moved things around.
Yeah,
But aesthetically, it's very similar.
I don't think so. The 360 final OS was that Avatar shit, and that Avatar shit has any level of soul. The Xbox One never once had that. Oh my god, they're firing
It
at me
was
from
just
the trees.
that was the Avatar stuff yanked out. So yeah, I guess.
Like, it's not, hey, this is you, and here's your games, blah, blah, blah. It's just games.
And they did make the settings menus even more nested and bad in the One X.
Yeah, no, that part fucking...
Yes. Or the One.
Like, the fucking... Well, like, you look at the inside Xbox today, and they're like, we're happy to announce this new feature. Just dig through these 6 menus.
Yeah.
I was
and then
like,
open Windows.
I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I literally passed out at that part of the stream. You could ask Bob. I was like, oh no. So tired. Can't stay awake. Neurons die. Colonel Levity, Carl says this game seems off the drag goop boss. Oh no. Is this
Gaius wants to know how you got banned from GameFAQs.
I ain't saying. I said some things about Final Fantasy X too. I already told you. That's all you're getting?
My PS4 died recently, so I resorted to Xbox One. Boy, do I miss the Xbox 360 layout. So bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
It sucks, man. Okay, it's a good thing I have plenty of credits. It's gonna be embarrassing if I went to do this stream and
Couldn't beat the game.
couldn't beat a thing I did handily off stream multiple times, like every time I attempted it.
How many stages we got?
I think this is the third to last one.
Okay.
So we got 2 more. I need to just be more defensive, even though I want my shot rate up. It's fine. But yeah, I don't want the fucking Series X controller to just be the controller we've had for years now, but with a share button, and incredibly minorly different.
Yeah, no, it's frustrating to see these incredibly minor differences. Like, the OS just remaining that bad is just funny. It's like, are you serious?
I'm glad it's funny for you. It set me into a depressive fugue state.
Yeah, no.
Because I was like, it's already bad enough the box looks like an Xbox One X, like identical, but bigger.
Right, they
That's-
just stretch one axis, and then Ryan McCaffrey's like, it looked great. You really did a good job here.
You mean the man who runs a Tesla podcast thought the Xbox Series X had a really good design? Shocking. Ryan McCaffrey does really great interviews, like IGN Unfiltered. I think he's a great interviewer. He sure says some shit. Let me tell you. Stop defending 10-2. You implied I played it. Stop thinking I have opinions that are based on anything other than what it is. But Dan, let me explain how the job system works. I don't even know if there's a job system.
He says, okay, now that we're Tesla podcast, you're sending me into a panic. Oh yeah, it's like over 200 episodes long.
Yeah, it's like 6 years running or some shit. It was dizzying.
Spaceman says time for another Amy. No, not for 10-2.
Not for 10-2.
Although it would be the shortest Amy ever, maybe.
Mostly because I didn't do Sonic 3. Sonic 3 next.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just scary dragon.
That Inside Xbox also had some of the worst mic audio ever. I felt like I was watching an old Let's Play video. Even streamers have better mics than them.
It was rough enough where I was like, it would just be funny for us to make a fake one of these, right?
I think it's crazy that they can't do anything about that. That seems ridiculous. Like, how can you not have a microphone? Like, get a guy out there with a microphone. I guess.
Well, because you don't want to get a guy out there. They're in California.
That's true.
Or actually, they would be
They
in
are
Washington.
in Washington, yeah.
How's Washington? I'm sure Washington's fucked too.
Yeah, I guess it's just whatever they had in their home, and they weren't willing to
Order
Amazon them
anything,
something.
I guess. Yeah.
It's like it's. I know it's a fairly large cost, but if you have to do even more, any more than one of these, then it definitely is worth it.
If you have to do one,
yeah,
you're fucking Microsoft. You're not me 10 years ago. And honestly, me 10 years ago would have done a better job. Okay, Dan, let's do it.
Guys, just talking about how good the Real Emotion song is. Oh man, is that a big dude?
Yeah, he's the big dude who wrecked me a second ago. Technically, it was these two who wrecked me, so I shouldn't take it too rough.
Does he just have like one leg up in a really awkward position?
Yeah, that's a good question, and I'm glad you asked it.
Well, I guess we'll find out in the remake. We'll get to see exactly what he's doing.
Yes, obviously. Okay. Good fucking God. This is frustrating.
Lord.
I've not had this much trouble before.
Oh, man, you're getting low.
Yeah, I'm getting low.
Hope to play Final Fantasy X 2 was 120 frames per second on PS5. Good lord. There's no way those animations are ready for that.
I saw Invidion on the take with Twitter of, what was it? No one's made a bad controller in the last decade, so I'm confident that'll stay the same for these next consoles. And then I thought about that for 10 seconds, and I'm like, wait a second. Then I click his replies, and he goes, I think the gamepad on the Wii U's good.
Oh. Okay. Actually,
no?
there's also the Stadia came out. Like,
yeah, the Stadia exists, and so does the Ouya.
Yeah. I'm like, the PlayStation and Microsoft haven't made a bad controller. I would even argue the initial launch of the Xbox One controller is really bad.
Oh yeah, no, I explained to KZ the engineering flaw with that on his stream. He didn't believe me.
Oh yeah, no, they've admitted it. They redesigned it. They fixed it.
They literally engineered a controller with bad shoulder buttons in the year 2013.
Steam controller also terrible. Yes.
Yeah.
The Duke. What's that? That
the Duke wasn't in the last decade.
That wasn't in the last decade.
It was re-released in the last decade, but it wasn't designed in the last.
Only cowards dislike the gamepad? No, Jacob. Anyone who uses it dislikes the gamepad.
The
unless they're fanboys.
The gamepad is huge. It is bigger than a Game Gear. It's super fucking light. Its buttons all feel terrible.
The vibration is awful.
The vibration sounds like a Nokia phone from 2004 going off in vibrate mode. What else is there to say? I don't even...
The buttons don't feel good. Everything feels loose on it.
The touchscreen, of course, is cheap garbage. You know, it's resistive instead of capacitive.
Yeah, no, if you want somebody to rip into the Wii U, we're always here.
We're always here for you, buddy. The Wii U's a great system. No, it isn't. It had good games. It might have. That doesn't make it a great system. Like, it was almost every problem of last gen.
And then if you don't even worry about the gamepad, like if you think that that's okay somehow, there's also the Wii U Pro controller, which feels terrible.
I'm pretty sure they stand for that, yeah.
Like the triggers are all bad.
I honestly have more problem
bad.
with the sticks.
The sticks are bad too.
I really don't like the sticks. God, this level's rough.
We had a good game. Singular. The game is Pikmin 3, says BRC6.
I never got to play Pikmin 3. I wanted to.
I mean, at the point that it came out, I'm pretty sure that Miyamoto said, "Oh yeah, Pikmin 4 is going to come out soon."
Yeah,
so it was
no,
like,
what
why
the hell
play
was
3?
he? What was he thinking? Who lets Miyamoto talk to me?
I don't know.
They need to stop that.
Are you ready for the Amazon game console asked Warlow?
It won't matter, just like it didn't matter when Google did it.
Yeah.
Amazon can sell that shit for $50 and shove it on the front page of every Amazon user, and at the end of the day, sure, some people will buy it, just like some people bought Stadia. But at the end of the day, it won't be a huge seller in game stores and other important retailers all across America because it won't have that huge or important of games. I feel bad for every fucking Stadia exclusive developer right now. Because there are multiple studios. There are multiple studios working on Stadia exclusive games.
Yeah, no, it's sad to see that and to see Amazon Game Studio exist because you know that's just a wheelhouse of people making games for nobody.
Yeah, what was it? A double helix.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the idea of 6 buttons on the Wii U controller was neat. I'm always up for trying something different as far as that goes, but I don't know if it's good.
It's
I can't
comfy.
say I missed it.
Like, you know, I get it from your thumbs are perfectly at the right spot to be on the sticks at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get that. But yeah, I didn't think it felt great. Like, especially for something like Bayonetta 2.
Yeah. Well, technically says, waiting for my school to confirm that I graduated. How y'all? Chat.
Waiting for what?
My school to confirm I graduated. Yeah.
We're doing good.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, wouldn't you believe me? Says Amazon. Or when Amazon can finish their Lumberyard engine, they've been writing for the last decade, then I might think about consoles from them.
I don't know what you're talking about. Engines constantly evolve. They have people already licensing that engine.
Isn't that the
Star Citizen engine?
Yeah, okay. I was like, what is using that? I've heard of it being used by something.
By a game that was just made on Crytek, but then at the last second, Amazon's like, you can use ours and, not pay them.
Right.
And they're like, sure, yeah, that sounds great. Save money. As it turns out, saving money is the #1 most useful feature to any publisher or developer.
I love that thing. I saw yesterday on Twitter from Ano, where he's like, look, he was able to convince the guys maker Toho to make 3 versions of Godzilla because they can sell toys.
Toho's was really concerned about this 3 forms of Godzilla thing. They were like, no, it's Godzilla. He's iconic. We can't have him change form. And then once Namco found out, Bandai. Well, the same company.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Once they found out, they were like, we could sell 3 toys instead of 1. Oh, of course, we're doing this.
Yeah, then Crytek sued them. Yes.
Yes, and then Crytek sued them. But the best part, as I mentioned in other streams, they can't sue them until they ship a game. So they paused the lawsuit.
Catch-22.
Yeah, they paused the lawsuit. So now that first campaign mode of Star Citizen needs to ship before they can actually continue with the court trial.
And they just need to hold out until Crytek eventually vanishes.
That's true. It's like holding in a fart for like 4 years.
Speaking of Crytek.
Yeah. That dude who got DMCA'd,
Yes,
DMCA'd, C-indeed. He got ceased and desisted by Sony or Microsoft.
Feels saying they settled. Okay.
Oh, they settled. That's not exciting. Yeah, I bet. Because when I think of Crytek, I think of settling.
I actually need to do restroom. I'll be right back.
Damn it, Bob! I was gonna pull that because you can do that while I'm playing a level. Oh, whatever. Go. Leave me for dead.
Yes.
I hate Let me just hit that button now. More incentive to beat the level quickly. This level is not one I'm going to want to rush. This is a level I'm going to want to take, carefully. Yes, I remembered this time. But yeah, it was kind of nuts seeing that rendering engineer from Crytek come out in that interview, because it was, I believe, Persian. The interview, I could be wrong, but come out in the interview and be like, "Hey, I'm going to talk about these two systems compared to each other from my perspective," and somebody did not like what they said. Oh, hey, we're just sitting on a load screen anyways. What was I thinking? Oh man. I think what he said matches with... Okay, let me rephrase that. What he said matches with what every other developer talking to a game journalist has said. Like when Jason Schreier talked to game developers, that's what they said to him. And when Digital Foundry talks to game devs, that's seemingly what they're saying to them based on their comments in their videos. So it's kind of funny that the one person who came out publicly to say it just got shut the fuck down immediately. Long enough for a pee break. Yeah, no, it's true. I was just keeping you guys company. Bob, it was loading the whole time you were gone.
Of course it was.
But I have to pee anyways. We're talking about how the one guy who came out and said what every developer is saying privately, the one guy who came out and said it publicly got ceased and desisted, and how funny that is.
Yeah, no, that's always great to see. It's just like, oh yeah, clearly all these things are different and better on PlayStation, so I can just talk about that, right? Oh, I can't? Yeah, no, this loading screen is eternal. But luckily, it's ready whenever Dan gets back. But yeah, that makes sense for them to shut him up, because I'm sure he signed NDAs that he can't be talking about it. Who knows? Maybe in the last few months leading up to launch, Xbox just pulls things together and it'll not be embarrassing. Right, guys? You posted your thoughts, die. I mean, he's not allowed to do that. I'm sure he signed an NDA against it. Yeah, no, being sad about Microsoft's current state is totally the appropriate response. I don't think anybody wants it to be a single, like, everyone knows that having rivalry in the industry makes them stronger, makes them competitive. So seeing Microsoft just basically bow out like this in the most sad way possible. Who's excited for Grounded?
What?
I'm seeing if anybody's excited for Grounded, the new game from Obsidian. It's totally what you'd want from Obsidian, right? Fortnite-like?
No. Tell them how they said it would be different.
Oh yeah, it has environmental storytelling. It's different.
They fucking said that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
That's nuts. That's a joke someone makes.
Oh yeah, of course they'll never give the scale-bound property back to Platinum. They just want to...
Spaceman, yeah, they actually said that. That was not a joke.
Yeah, no, if anybody wants to,
Go to Inside Xbox.
Watch the Inside Xbox thing. Probably pass it out by Shu, because it's basically the most boring presentation you can imagine with the worst audio ever.
It's borderline embarrassing. Remember the chick with the headset? Because out of all the executives and PR people, only one of them was female, and she had a white gamer headset.
Yeah, she was...
That microphone was the fucking worst.
Had an Astro headset, which is
it's Astro.
It looked like Astro. Maybe it was a knockoff, but it was probably an Astro headset.
A knockoff of Astro. That's just like a homunculus of like a hated person, right? A homunculus based on a subhuman. But yeah, Grounded. It's really different from other games. See, they do this environmental storytelling.
Oh yeah,
and then he explains what that is.
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. water.
It was borderline parody. Why is the camera so low?
Shouldn't they be working on DLC for Outer Worlds as Warloaf? Maybe they have multiple teams.
I'm pretty sure they do. I mean, God knows that game was in development before Microsoft bought them.
All right, at least
That's the MO.
Yeah.
That's the MO of Microsoft buying a studio. Do you have a game that's mostly done?
Even though it seems like the most Microsoft like game I could imagine, it's just this weird like
Looks so Fortnite.
yeah, it looks like it's just a compilation of popular things, and that's kind of the MO I have for Microsoft games these days. Just you're trying to be something that's similar to things that are selling well right now, like Sea of Thieves. It just seemed like a pile of that.
Yeah. I mean, Microsoft went through their phases, you know? They had games they had microtransactions, right?
Uh-huh.
Like the launch of the Xbox One, which was just littered with microtransactions. God. Just not feeling this level. Then once they got past that, it's everything needs to be games as a service, which is obviously what fucking Halo Infinite's gonna be.
Oh.
Which is why them showing a fucking cinematic story trailer is the least helpful thing they could do. And they know that. That's why they did it. So that way they didn't have to commit to anything 2 years in advance. Or was that last year's E3? Oh my god, it was. The cinematic trailer was only last E3.
Yeah.
Fuck. They can't even commit to what the game is a year in advance.
Oh yeah, no, so the music's still good. It's still the original track, right?
Yes. Of course it's lower quality because it's not CD quality. And they didn't fix the looping problem on boss music. Because, you know, in the original,
Don't worry, Dan. It'll still be 2 years in advance. Yeah.
it'll still... Oh, no, it's true. I don't like that it's true, but it is true.
Oh yeah, guys. If you haven't picked up Bloodstained Ritual of the Night yet,
Oh,
go
God.
do that.
Please do that. What a great game. I'm really just waiting till, like, a major update or the PS5 to come out to do a playthrough on the channel. Because we haven't done one. We did many Bloodstained streams, but not a single playthrough.
Weird.
Yes.
We need Zangatsu mode to come out.
Yeah. That should have done him. You done? Please go die. Thank you.
Yeah, big nerd. The Bloodstained Switch situation is not great.
No, it isn't. I hear it got way better performance-wise, though. Like, they've done a lot of work to make sure it doesn't load forever, etc., etc.
I honestly wish that they just didn't even announce that version, didn't release it, and then they wouldn't have to be working on it instead of actually working on the updating the full game.
True, because no matter how many fewer features it got, because it didn't get the Switch money, it would have gotten way more time to implement these features, and then you could move on to making another or different game.
Yeah,
And that would be preferable
to being
to
held off on
a terrible portable version.
yeah.
I mean, hell, he committed to using Inti Creates at first. That was a course correction that happened. No shit. Okay, there we go. See, I'm flipping my hand around so that way I can use my thumb on the R2. Because I need to shoot that fast. And it's not on a faceplate. And this control scheme wants me to use the right analog stick to aim, which is maybe not a good idea.
Vegabuster says, have you guys played Monster Hunter World or Iceborne? I played a good chunk of World. I beat the original game, but I never played Iceborne.
I'm literally waiting for the PS5. Because I waited this long.
Yeah, you might as
Why
well.
wouldn't I wait?
Yeah, and at this point it's like, oh, it's going to be better than the PC version.
Maybe.
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 Yeah, they might keep updating it. Hope. Almost like the Panzer Dragoon was made, or Remake was made by a team that didn't know what rail shooters are, says Big Nerd. Oopsie. I still think it's crazy they don't just have a rapid fire button and a normal fire button. That'd be what you do in a modern setting.
Fucking Orta even has a different shot types.
Right.
And they do like triple shots or big shots or whatever, you know?
Microsoft will finally find Nintendo brokers, or have you gone crazy? Nintendo's the one selling like crazy already with the Switch.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, the weirdest thing about Xbox is like Phil Spencer's the head of Xbox, and they have such a huge focus on PC, and they have such a large non-commitment to the console that it's just like, you do realize Xbox needs to succeed as a console for you to continue having a job,
right?
Like that, you get that, right?
Unless
9 credits on this version.
Unless his secret job was to close the Xbox department.
Could you imagine? God, that would be depressing.
It would.
I'm going to change this now.
Oh, we've acquired all these first-party PC developers. Now we could shut down the Xbox division.
Also, how insane is that? First-party PC developers.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
You're not selling a box. You have a platform on PC no one wants to use. I'm not looking forward to the sequel remake. Mikey Key, I agree.
Well, it's okay. Let's put their games on PlayStation and PC.
We're talking about the sequel remake to this. But
yeah.
Back at it again with the original.
I mean, we're in some sort of industrial area now.
The music will come back eventually.
Yeah.
There we go. Ah!
What happens? All the studios they bought when they shut down the Xbox department.
I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want Sony and Nintendo to be the only two people in the game industry because that gives Amazon a chance. There we go. Oh, it just didn't target that one. I shot too early, I guess. Yeah, piss off that dragon. Oh no, I forgot this is when I get flanked.
Will Psychonauts ever be released? Probably. I mean, now that they're at Microsoft, they assume they're going to force them to ship something.
What was it? I can't remember if it was the interview with Robbie Bach or the one with Seamus Blackley. Samus Aran. But it was an Xbox exec from back in the original Xbox days talking about them just canceling Psychonauts and selling it to THQ.
Ugh.
And it was just the funniest shit in the world because you could see in his eyes, because the way Ryan McCaffrey asks about it, you can see that he realizes that they both understand that it reflects how they can't ship a fucking game, because that was why. They were like, it was in development for a really long time, and it just didn't seem like it was gonna finish when we needed it to. We had other things in our portfolio that kind of competed with that, kind of got into that genre, so we made the decision to, not publish the game.
That was with the original Psychonauts?
Yeah, huh?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's always been this. It's never not been this way.
Yeah,
is what we're learning.
Yeah, no, the oof.
Yeah.
What a good combo.
Strange that dude is the one who went off and made a crowdfunding platform. That seems like an odd fit. There we go. Up, getting flanked. Come on, get rid of them.
Feel says Psychonauts 2 still has to be on everything. They crowdfunded it. Yeah, Microsoft keeps buying these studios, shipping their big exciting games on everything, and then cutting their throats.
Why do people not buy our console? Because you keep putting your games out on everything.
Remember Breathing Edge? Such a big win for Microsoft. Yeah, Hadraka.
I listened to Phil Spencer say that
today
in an interview. Yeah. Yeah, also today.
I wonder if it has anyone playing it, because during this Xbox Inside thing, they were like hyping it up, like, "Oh, Bleeding Edge, this new game that it's released."
The best part is they only show a CG trailer.
Of course,
they're
that's all they want
ashamed.
people to look at.
They're ashamed of how the game looks, so they don't show gameplay at all while they're describing the game. Which is nuts, right?
Yeah.
You're going to get someone excited to play a game that's already out. That's a multiplayer game with a CG trailer. Like, come on.
Yeah, they bought Ninja Theory.
Yeah, they bought Ninja Theory. Who didn't know?
Incendio.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, they bought them a bit ago, last year. They bought a lot of studios because they shut down every studio they had. And Phil Spencer's like, hey, guys, if we do that, we have no first party. If we have no first party, why are we a company?
It's been talking about how there's been plenty of time for porn to be made of Bleeding Edge at this point. I doubt it's there. It's just like Battleborn. No one cares.
It was fantastic when the dude over at Xbox is like, my character's I'm on Team Buttercup, is what he said. And I was like, dude.
Don't do that, man.
Dude, I don't need this. Please don't. Can we just not?
More studio for the DLC Slaughterhouse? God.
That's terrible.
But then, State of Decay 2. Oh yeah, it's getting a new version.
I mean, it's not. It's literally just running on the Series X.
No, during that thing, they showed off the State of Decay 2 Devastator Edition or something.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Has 144 players right now on Steam, Dan. That's a lot of people.
Excuse me.
That's all.
Was that three?
That was three digits.
Did I miss a digit in there?
No, 144. That might be more than Jedi Academy. Can someone check that?
No. I guarantee you there are more people playing Jedi Academy right now. You include Switch and PS4. There are more people playing Jedi Academy right now. Oh, man. I could have used a credit from that. Really could have used a credit from that. It's going to get a little tight.
Oh, if only Microsoft could buy Gearbox. That would be actually great, because
it'd match up pretty well. Oh, we got an important
Randy would be sealed.
Look at this cutscene. We got some cool like tree
pop
made
out
of
this,
like organ or earth matter, and it's just like, whoa, this is crazy. And this is the last episode. But unfortunately, we don't get to fight this really cool thing. We have to go to the other version.
Gotta go to the other version, guys.
I can't pause yet though. But yeah, look at that fucking wicked ass dragon. That's the dragon I've been chasing the whole game. It turned into that.
Oh man, he's really crazy.
But we can't play this. Aura. We can't play this one. We got to go back to this one. Your drawing stream was more sane than this.
Did anyone go check? Quake Champions has over 2,000 players weekly.
I have to go sit down. That's
215 people are playing a Jedi Academy. That's just on Steam, mind you. So only Steam alone has more Jedi Academy players than Bleeding Edge. Amazing. Yeah, Ventura. Unfortunately, the word Kino is off limits.
That isn't unfortunate. I support that decision.
Fig takes 30% less revenue from Double Fine since they own Fig, of course. This is going to be just as cool, right?
Well, this is the intro to that last level I beat.
Right.
You know, because we lead on the original. It's very cool, of course. Very cool.
We have to say quinoa instead.
I don't know what Invignon has to do with that at all. That just seems random. Like you've smashed two neurons together at completely random. Spaceman, you have my full support. I support whatever decision. Okay. All right, that's loud. Okay. So that
this
already...
game's just way louder than even normal games.
Yeah.
So I noticed you have to have it all the way down at negative 45.
And negative 45, yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the excuse of it's trying to balance against CD audio, you know?
Right.
Because, you know, obviously the original has a soundtrack made on CD.
Have a good night, me.
Have a good night, me. There they go. I feel like this level did better than most of them, like matching the aesthetic and etc.
I can kind of see that because it was already kind of had a yellow aesthetic going in.
And industrial murkiness.
Right.
So the murkiness works out for once.
Right. This all has the aesthetic of an early PS3 title. Yeah.
You know what sucks? I can't go out there and do an episode of The Rant Is Go where I just say, oh, yep, I hit the side of that bridge, now I'm dead.
Oh,
That's
no.
me dying.
Wait, was that one hit kill or did you just take enough damage?
I took enough damage.
Okay. It feels, or sorry, Spaceman's going crazy. Fucking everything.
So it has to reload when you die.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Gone down the stream chart rabbit hole as well, technically. Okay, what did you find? Is anything less popular? Doom 64 has 229 players. Doom 64 is really cool. I'm sure a lot of people are excited for it because Doom Eternal is out. And
Zaburo, many people have made reference to Lair this stream. That's unacceptable. Though, to be fair, this visually looks like Lair, whereas the original did not.
Lair looked a lot better than this. Even when it didn't load in the assets half the time. The dragon looked raw.
Is it time we give Lair a chance? Is that what I'm...
No, that game is terrible.
Oh, okay. Just check.
But yeah, we should probably play it at some point.
Well, don't worry. We're going to have Dragon Month on GigaBoots, I'm sure. Tosh demanded it. I said, don't worry, we're going to have Dragon Month on GigaBoots.
Later probably had better load times than this. Maybe, I can't remember.
I can't remember what its load times were like. I think it used like cinematics to cover load times, but I could be wrong.
Should you give Drakengard a chance? Fast bid nerd.
We'll see if it gets an enhanced port to anything, ever. Man, this is...
Dragon Month, so you're playing Yakuza known as like a dragon in Japanese?
No.
No. That there aren't any literal dragons in there, I don't think.
No.
Drakengard is awesome, says Zaburo.
It runs pretty rough, though.
It's such a miserable game to play. It was so much worse than any Dynasty Warriors game. The idea of the story is fantastic, though. Emulate Drakengard 3 cowards, says Eban. The thought of getting a PS3 emulator working doesn't sound fun.
But Bob, PC gaming's so easy. Especially emulators.
Zaburo says, I honestly really enjoy the flying levels in Drakengard. I didn't even know the flying level. I just remember the ones that where you flew around and then you landed like and had a Dynasty Warriors where you could only render in 3 guys at once.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
It was really rough.
Drakengard 3 was a lot better about everything.
It's still rough though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a fucking shame that it took until Nier Automata for that director to ship a game that seemed like it was really polished and actually done.
Yeah.
Because his story stuff, always really cool. Near Replicant, super rough.
Yeah, we know Dragon Guard's called Drag-On Dragoon.
Yeah, I know about Dragon Dragoon. I was very excited because it had that name.
Chirp says, Dragon Months, aka the perfect time to say Spyro, enter the Dragonfly. Is that the PS2 one or something?
Enter the Dragonfly is the third one? Because the second one's Ripto's Rage or Ripto's Revenge. You know, the one we didn't finish.
I keep forgetting we didn't finish that.
I'm really upset about it. Many days.
Should we be saying Enter the Dragonfly is PS2 one?
Oh, okay. This is a pretty bad name. What's the third one on PS1 called?
Simon the Digger says Yoko Taro literally the Dragon Guard. That the way it is because he thinks the only psychopaths would enjoy Dynasty Warriors like games. Simon, that may be an excuse that showed up in an interview. That's a lie. The Dragon Guard is that way because they can't make games. That studio has never made a game that's worked well at all in any way facet.
I don't know what you're talking about. But Bob, the developer's Square.
Yes. Year of the Dragon is the third PS1 game.
Thank you. I think it's hilarious that they don't see anything while I have to completely rewire this over and over.
Yeah.
That was his reason for the character's personalities, not the gameplay. So here we go. Let's fight this badass dragon.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes more sense for character personality. If they're killing thousands of people, yeah, they are psychopaths.
Right. That just checks out. In fact, if you notice, this dragon still has the same attack he was using from the last area where he's shooting these flaming, like, obelisks at me.
Huh.
Yeah. So you can tell it's him. And the whole point of this game was you were supposed to stop him from getting to this tower, which has made him into some sort of Super King Big Nuts. All right.
Bleeding Edge on Steam peaked at 828.
How much was Jedi Academy, an absolutely ancient game?
Well, Jedi Academy is currently at 220.
That's
but who knows what the peak was? The peak might be way higher because if someone can check Jedi Academy's peak player count.
This is sad.
What is that?
The fucking Bleeding Edge.
No, that's the thing that deserves to die. We played it.
It's sad. I'm not saying, oh, no one's playing it. How sad. I'm saying it's sad.
Oh, good night, Twisted.
They got a company that has made nothing but... Oh, okay. I killed it.
2,306 was the peak for Jedi Academy.
Keep in mind, Steam was not around when that game was actually relevant.
No, not at all.
Oh, this is important. He's like, rawr, oh no. Ah.
How could you? You killed Mothra.
See how he's tumbling? And he was topsy-turvy as after he screamed at me?
Yeah.
Like he's falling?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna need you to pay attention to that animation in the Switch one.
Oh no.
We're getting some ending stuff now.
There's some Kid Icarus Uprising enemies that look very similar to that boss. That makes sense.
This cutscene's really good. I like it a lot.
Kid Icarus Uprising really needs to leave this.
Here we go.
3DS.
He gives you a look.
Oh no, you got the shield.
And then you become Sonic.
What? Okay. It's like, be free, master. Use my horn power.
You're horny now. No!
That dragon design would be a really cool Pokemon.
Yeah. Pretty sure Pokemon's stolen that dragon design at least once. Aggron. Yeah. But there's Durgan feet on the beach. What does it mean?
Yeah, Panzer Dragoon is going to be in the new Smash character.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
He's going to be in the new Smash character. He's going to tear his way out. You're going to think it's Doomslayer, then Panzer Dragoon Man.
I think if we got a character from any of these, it would have to be Orta.
Look at this
lady.
beautiful painting. It's really classy looking.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna roll some of those while it shows us the credits.
Oh, there's more than one? That's
yeah,
nice.
there's more than one. It works its way there eventually.
I'd love to see that in high res.
Oh, me too. That would be really gorgeous. Wouldn't it be
Like,
neat if the
they
new
could
one?
dig out some old files, do some scans.
It would be really great if that's what the new one
maybe
did.
maybe talk to a video game historian of some sort.
Some sort of video game historian, if those exist. Maybe it only shows this one. Either way, it's a really nice painting. Okay, there we go. I was like, I could have sworn it does more than one. Look at this.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
This is really nice. I think it's visually really stunning.
Yeah, no,
Shavy is already quaking with fear. How bad is the new one?
And like, see how much more detail his outfit has in the drawings than they could render in the game, and how none of that detail is in the new game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, that's actually a cool design.
Right. You get it. You get it. It's gonna be a screenshot of the game. I don't think Mobius did this, but they're blatantly Mobius inspired. Absolutely. Yeah, I've seen his work.
That one's good too.
Let's see. Mike Key, I saw him being like, did they get access to the code for this one? I have no idea. Not a clue. I would feel if you had access to the original code, then you could make it feel better. Image illustrations by Mobius. So there you go.
Did Mobius do Dune artwork?
If he didn't do it, he inspired it.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure you're right.
Sure, Die will let us know.
As the chat erupts with die words.
There are no paintings die.
This art is great. I fear the remake. It has some artwork. I'm just really appreciating this. I'm gonna stick around with this for a moment longer. Look at this.
The code for Saga was lost in a drive failure. Never sure about this.
No.
Oof.
Yep. Sounds like early video games. What was it?
Oh, he did concept art for the Dune movie that never got made.
Oh. Well, Cherby, you're gonna find out in just a second.
Yeah, stick around.
What a very moody game, very artistic, you know? I appreciate what they've done here with this Panzer Dragoon. Man, yeah.
Yeah, we should have done this the other way so that the stream ends happy.
No. But yeah, I really like that they had a painting, you know? It's really pretty. Really pretty.
Oh, this is his Dune artwork?
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no. It's got that
Excuse me.
early Final Fantasy look to it.
Yeah, it does. Man, paintings are cool. It's a F11 and 9. Okay. Let's throw this on over. And Japan clearly was very into that energy. What am I doing holding a Saturn controller? I'm playing Panzer Dragoon.
There's no way they could get physical copies in an archive that they can request from his estate. It's impossible, you're right.
There's no way. Not this time. Okay, so the encoding is really not holding up with the darkness of the sky and all the rain.
Yeah, good lord, it looks so bad. That's the same shape.
It is the same shape.
Like, doesn't really.
They followed it to a T.
Doesn't do anything for me.
No. You, Last episode, how exciting. Loading.
Last time on Panzer Dragoon Orta.
This bitch invited me to her birthday, and I told her to blow it out her ass. But why?
It's the dude
Blow
on
it
the
out your
dragon and
ass.
everything. Attending the school. Rolina has her own dragon.
Oh, man. I'm watching that anime. Oh, my God. Here we go. So it's already running bad. Zoom!
Super dragon. Did he have a name card before?
No,
Okay.
they didn't have name cards.
Super dragon's kind of lame. Not going. Oh my god, why is it running so bad?
It's okay, Bob. With the Xbox One X, in variable rate shading
Don't do that.
and variable refresh rate, you won't be able to tell how bad games run. Frame rate will no longer be real. The only thing that will exist in this post-frame rate world, Bob, is teraflops.
The frame rate got better immediately when the tree thing was off screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the water, facing directly at the water for some reason is what makes it tank.
That's so weird. Like, there's nothing.
I assume it was loading the level.
Right. So does he even do his wave blast? Okay.
Yeah,
there
he's
they
getting
are.
there. I'm not doing as good of a job of wrecking him this time as I did on the Saturn version. That was my best run on him ever, by the way. That was kind of fucking ridiculous, actually.
How can frame rates be real when your eyes aren't real? That's neat. That is saying that if you're interested in the Dune movie that never got made, there's a cool documentary on it.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Haven't watched it. What good is a phone call if you can't speak? Oh my god, are you gonna disappear my mouth? No, the reception down here's bad. Please stop freaking out. I'm telling you, man, you gotta stop saying it that way to all these PCP addicts. It really fucks with them. Hey.
This is a good angle.
I like Snap.
The shininess there is. Wait, what's happened?
Well, see, before his shell crystallized and fell off, now we're gonna do a fade out. Check out this cinematic moment. Oh, hey, Toshi's fine for doing too. And we're just gonna turn him around slowly like that. And he's gonna clip into me. And then he's gonna turn around up on purpose and fly into the water upside down.
Wait, what? That was him dying?
That was him dying in this version.
What?
Now, here's the fucked up thing. I beat this game before I beat the original.
Uh-huh.
So I literally thought he was like doing a dive to get away.
Right, that's what it looks like. It looks like he's just leaving.
So when I play the original, it's blatantly obvious he fucking died. I'm like, what were they thinking?
How do you screw it up that bad?
I don't know. So now you guys, later nerd, now you guys know why I was ranting and raving on Big Thick, because of how you missed the point of animations that much. You shouldn't have to compete with the Sega Saturn games for how much your animations tell. Also, I feel like that animation also didn't convey the emotion as well, because the dragon in the other one, you get a zoom-in shot of its eyeball looking backward at him.
Yeah, it does.
Whereas there, it just sort of thrashed his head, and while it's doing a flying animation, that's not as
yeah, no, it doesn't.
intelligible.
It didn't seem. It just seemed like something was happening.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like there was any sort of dragon protecting him moment there. That could have just been a force field activated around him. Like
Yeah.
you didn't get the impression that it was from the dragon.
Now this really looks like Reboot.
Wait, are there no dragon footprints?
No, I'm pretty sure that sky looks terrible.
Yeah, it does. It's so bad. That was his face.
Yeah, his face.
Okay, the dragon footprints are there.
Yeah, they're there. It's fine. So that's Panzer Dragoon Remaster. Bob?
I'm trying to forecast see but this each grain of sand individually rendered. We don't know.
So there's your
Oh my god!
beautiful art for this version.
Looks great. It's a great thing to start it out with too. It doesn't show the dragon. It's just the guy.
Yeah.
It's just the guy with the
beautiful,
worst looking outfit than
It's
the
a
original.
beautiful, emotional scene soaked with
my
atmosphere.
God. Megapixel Studio SA. Need that in there. Otherwise, you wouldn't know.
Isn't that the best part? The best part is like compared to the paintings of the original, they just stuck up really clean concept art for the character redesigns with their fucking company logo in the corner. I feel with this stream I have maybe made my $25 I spent on this means something. As I said on Big Think, I would be glad to test this out on other platforms to see how much it improves.
Uh-huh.
I'm not paying money for any other version of this. They
That's
can
fair.
feel free to send it to me. I'll be honest about how I feel and shit. But I'm so upset that this cost $25. $25, dude.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's a lot.
Yeah, you could buy 2 good indie games for that.
Yes. Yes, I could. I, in fact, could buy Panzer Dragoon Orta for the Xbox One X and
How
still
much
have,
does Indivisible cost?
have $15 left over. Indivisible's $15 more than this.
Okay.
It's $40.
It's 4 meals at Taco
It's been
Bell.
going on sale a lot, though, so you could have bought it for $25 by now. Quigsies, that's not like 4 meals at Taco Bell because I feel like every time I get out of there nowadays, it's between 13 and 20 bucks.
Whoa.
And I'm like, this needs to stop.
Whoa.
I need to stop going to Taco Bell. Can we play something else? Doom 64 would be better. Yeah, Doom 64. Doom 64 is so much better than this.
Guys, don't wish anything to come to the Switch. It's like a monkey's paw.
It really is. It really is. Christ, what are you buying at Taco Bell for $20? No, it's not. If it's $20, it's not just me, Field. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was like...
need a nacho trough and 3 crunch wraps. 3 triple double crunch wraps and 4 triple lupas. What?
What is this?
What? 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 That dragon's about to become an emote. That's how hard that hit me. I can't go back. I wish I could. Once this is a VOD, everyone can check it out, and I am gonna make that an emote in our Discord at least.
Yeah, it's just the kid's drawing. It's fine. It's fine. That's in this game.
It's funny as shit. I don't know if at the end of playing this game that funny is what I'm in the mood for. I'm pretty sure after I paid $25 for this, I was pretty upset.
The gun that is Samuel Hayden.
Yes. And then the music ends. You know why? And it loops. You know why?
Why is that, Dan?
Because it was the credit song for the original, which was much shorter credits because there was way fewer people.
Uh-huh. And they couldn't speed things up in any way.
No.
Or have a different song. Or
No.
anything else.
Or figure out how to loop songs properly? God, no. I promise you, I only made a bad Panzer Dragoon remake for the good of humanity. Why did the screen freak out? I don't even know if they saw that. Chat, let me know if you saw that fuck up on screen. Because, you know, it could be our splitter. Just hemorrhaging.
Really? That's so bad looking.
He should be doing the Gohan thumb pointing at himself thing.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Bob, we're done with this. Do you want to roll into playing Grand Blue Fantasy Versus with Feel and KZ?
I'd be okay with that, I guess.
Feels like, please.
What time is it?
It's midnight.
It's midnight.
That extra hour of me setting up the donation sound that worked like half of the time.
Oh, that's cool. Lucky Chess got his Final Fantasy VII copy early.
Oh, that's cool. I'm jelly. Oh, hey, I think it's over. I can tell because we're loading. These load times are miserable. So, here's the dumbest thing about this thing. This is, to me, the stupidest fucking thing.
Uh-huh.
And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, damn, I've seen so many things today. I don't think you're ready, Bob. Look in the lower left. Tell me what it says.
Version 1.0.
Tell me what that says right there.
Version 1.2.
They updated it but didn't change the title screen. Because that would be too much work.
Impressive. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Okay. Oh, well. Thank you all for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
We appreciate you joining as we go through Panzer Dragoon on the Saturn and on the Switch. Join us next time for Sonic R. 100% playthrough.
Why would you say that?
Okay, well, join us Friday for Ape Escape 2, which is infinitely more likely to happen.
Yes.
Jeez, Bob. What do you got against Sonic R, Bob?
It's bad.
Yeah, but what else do you got against it?
That's the main thing.
Well, that doesn't seem like a very good. I just debunked you. Yeah, Bob, can't you feel the sunshine?
This music is great. The music's
is
amazing.
great.
I'm not denying that.
And the music's available on Amazon Music HD, so you could stream it anywhere losslessly without having to play Sonic R. I enjoyed Sonic R vastly more than Panzer Dragoon Remaster. I feel like that's not even a competition.
That's fair. I mean, one's a disgrace.
One?
Yeah, okay, they're both disgraces to their franchises, but
at least Sonic R has some really impressive visuals for the time.
Some great serious music.
It has transparencies and fades between levels of detail better than Panzer Dragoon does.
God.
So, that's cool. Okay, bye everyone.